All righty. So next thing we're gonna do, are we recording? Let's see. Yep, we're recording. Next thing that we're gonna do is we want to install VS Code. So to install VS Code, I am literally just gonna Google install VS Code. And now I get to this website. And of course, you're probably on Windows. So you're just gonna go ahead, click this button. It does stuff. You're gonna click save. You're going to do the pretty traditional install, but there's a few caveats there that we need to know. So I'm going to open this and click run. And we're going to need to pay a little bit of attention as we're setting this up. I'm going to click I accept the agreement. Next. And if you didn't pay attention and you already installed it, you got a couple options. You can either uninstall it, just like we uninstalled, I don't know, there's a previous one for Git Bash if you want to go look at that. But you can uninstall VS Code just like we uninstalled Git Bash. You can also, let's see, we're gonna go with the default one, but you then what you want to do, you could reinstall it. Okay, so here's a cool one. We want to make sure we add these open with codes things. We don't need a desktop icon. Install, and now it's doing stuff. Actually, you don't even need to worry about an install thing. We'll figure it out. That's like, it's a quick thing to do inside of VS Code. So if you already have VS Code installed, don't stress. Sweet. Opening it up. Bam. It's not too large of a package, so it didn't take too long to install. Now we should have VS Code open, and this is what it should look like. So what we're going to go ahead and do is exit out of here. And I want to go to here to install some plugins. Okay. Now I've already installed these. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall them just so you can see how easy it is to install them. So what are the four things we need? We need better comments, an icon theme, open in browser, and Waka time. So first, let's get that Waka time one because I'm going to forget that one. So I'm going to go ahead and click this install button, and voila, it's installed. That was it. I'm going to go ahead, clear this search bar, type in better comments, and I didn't even need to type out the whole thing. And I see a few things. Actually, I do want to show y'all something. So I see better comments here, and I also see a better comment here. And I'm asking myself, which one of these should I download? I'm not sure. So I have a couple options here. What I want to do is I want to look at it, right? So I want to look at what this package is, and I also want to look at like, oh, okay, how many people use this? So right now, this thing has 9,753 installs. This thing has 1.5 million. So my guess is that what I'm probably being asked to install is this one with 1 million downloads. And you know what? In general, it's better to install things that have a lot of people downloading it because that means that there's more community support, more security written for the app. And in general, that's a very good gauge for whether or not something is a quality product. So we're going to go ahead and install better comments. I think we also had to install, what was it? A icon theme. So I am just going to look up icon theme. And the one that I found was, what was the one that we found before? I think it was called like dark theme or something. You can look at them. So if you look at them, they usually have, all icon theme is just visual. So it's just what your folders show up like here. So let's see how those show up as little arrows now. Let's go ahead and install some icon theme. I want to find one that I like. I want to find a tacky looking one because I'm a nerd. So let's see, seedling, fancy, helium, neutral, chalice sounds like one I've never heard of. Nah. VS Code, icons, nah. Nomo Dark is the one that I had. Yeah, I like these. These look like ugly 90s ones. And I'm all about ugly 90 things. So I'm going to go ahead and press this install button. And now, let's see. So I am going to set it to this. And when I look here, now it changed the way my icons look. Don't worry too much about it, just to show you some, just to show you like what it does, I'll make a folder called tests, and you see how now this folder has a little icon on it because it knows what tests is. If I do another one and call it node modules, cool, that's going to tell me it's a JavaScript thing. Long story short, these icon themes will just over a long period of time give you an idea of what's going on in your project without having to look too hard for it. Now, another thing that you might want, that I certainly want, is a color theme. I'm going to go ahead and install maybe my favorite color theme, but you can literally just look up color theme in here and poke around on them. It might be a fun way to get yourself excited about VS Code. I like this one, Pop and Lock. Let's see what it looks like. So they have a few options when you download it. Let's see. Wow, that's taking longer to install than I thought it would. All right, so we got this one, we got this one, ooh, and VS Code one. I personally like that one, so we're going with it. I like the purple. It's like a royal feeling. And there we go. We have some extensions installed. Now, the thing is that by default in VS Code, it's going to automatically load PowerShell for Microsoft. So what we need to do is tell it, no, we don't want you to use PowerShell. Instead, we want you to run out of this Ubuntu terminal. Fortunately, someone already wrote some great software for this. And if you type in WSL, there's a starred one. I think this is starred because it's made by Microsoft. So Microsoft are also the ones that made VS Code. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and click install here. And now that I've installed it, it should set up my server for me. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and kill this terminal thing. And what you could do to test this is hit Command and J. And hopefully it'll open up a bash terminal instead. I'm sorry, not Command, Control and J. And that did not open up what I thought it did. We're going to try exiting out of VS Code and opening it again. So I'm just going to go ahead, type in VS Code. It might not work. We'll find out. If it doesn't, I've got another idea. Hopefully, nope, still PowerShell. So the next idea that we're going to do is, I want everyone to go ahead and type in Control, Shift, and then P. And now I'm just going to type in path, P-A-T-H, path. And I see that there are options here. Copy, oh wait, nope, that's not what we want. Code, let's see if that does it. Interesting. Huh. Usually that works for me. Control P, Control Shift P, I mean. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and look in File, and we're going to look for, settings maybe? Path. We're going to look up code, command. You know, it might have been because I did it in the terminal, it already set it up. Let's look to see if it already works. I'm just going to go ahead and in my terminal type in code space dot, command not found. Interesting. Normally there's a command that shows up there, so we'll just have to look here. All right, well, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to actually just close down here, and we'll talk about it in the next lesson. We'll get that worked out. That way you all don't have to watch me debug.